Hi, welcome back. I'm sitting here right now working on my little Model 740, one of the ones that I took to Colorado. I broke both of them. This one was my screw up completely. So was the other one, but the other one had a little crack in it that I missed. So my quality control just didn't work. So QC's not getting a bonus this Christmas. No, QC's not. So I'm kind of mad at them right now for that, letting something like that, simple as that, slipping through. No excuse. Even though I was in a hurry, there's still no excuse for not taking the time. Now, this one, I broke. I did. I broke probably less than 3/16 of an inch off the end of it. It was thin there. I like a little thin, keen tip. I do, personally. And they're not really good for anything except for maybe caping out or a pelting knife to start with. So I'm going to have to start and go back to the idea of making the tip strong enough to stab through a Sherman tank. So anyway, the way I can do that is either do a triangle tip, or not triangle, but a diamond shaped tip on it, where I put a little grind on the top, or make a little curve on the back, clip on the top, or not much, just a little bit there. And but all this one did, all I done was I started right up here and come this way and just gradually worked a little down. You don't mess with the geometry on the bottom. This is, you got your angles cut in, they're cut in as high as they go, and you don't want to do that because you don't want to have to resand a whole knife, and all that you done was pop the tip off. So you just take it and make it go just slow, just a gentle slope back in there, and then sand it back up, then polish it. Now that's what I'm going to do. Now this right here, it's not as shiny as it was when I went out there. Of course, now it worked. Oh, Puss has climbed the door. Yep, Puss has climbed the door. So, anyway, she does that all the time. Looks in, she wants to check on me every once in a while. So what I'm going to do with this right now is, it's not rusted, but it is kind of mottled there where everything was on it, and all the meat, fat, sinew, blood, everything. What this is for, it's a knife, it's a tool, it's a hunting knife. That's what I done. I went hunting with it. Then I used it when I got my quarry. So anyway, now it's up to me to clean it back up. I took the lanyard off of it and everything. So, and I hand sanded the back of it and got all that blended in, got all the scratches and everything just right. So now I'm going to put it on a buffer, and I'm going to load it up with some green rouge and buff it up again just like I did right before I left. So let's get this set up right here. I'll be back in just a second. Okay. Okay, now that didn't take so long. And I just washed it off with some alcohol here, so anyway, this rag right here, so get blood and everything off it. Is it back as shiny and pretty as new? No, it's got more scratches in it, and them would probably take some 2500 grit paper and about an hour to sand out, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And what I was doing earlier, what I done to it earlier was I rubbed it on a piece of wood there. I got my grinder mounted on to help knock the edge off of it. So if it was to get away from me, that it'd be a little bit duller and maybe not take my whole arm off. But it was still fairly dull anyway. But when you buff it, it gets sharp. Just like when you're doing the hand sanding, you're getting down there, you'll get the blade sharp. And there's no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. That's what happens when you're doing that. And then that is basically what you're trying to do. You're trying to make this knife sharp without ever touching the wet rock when you're hand sanding. Now, it's got scratches on it and everything, so you just get them in there, sheath scratches, everything. Scratches a mirrored polished knife. So anyway, so it don't look as good, but see, there's the camera and me looking at me, and see, you can see a reflection in it. Now I'm not, well, I dulled it, tried to. It's not going to be sharp all the way through, but I don't know if it don't feel that sharp right now. It was fairly dull to start with. There's a sharp spot. But see the hair on it right there. So it wouldn't take but just a few minutes to get it back. If I had a knife, I had my wet rock right here that I thought I had. Oh lordy, let's see. Well, I don't see it, so I ain't gonna worry about it right now. It's about time to head in anyway. It's, God, I don't know, it's dark outside. I don't know how it done that on me, but it did. Get busy. The M&A knife still in the freezer, or not in the freezer. Well, I guess you could call it cooler or freezer. In there with the dry ice on it and the RV antifreeze on it in there. So, yep, there's that. Nice little sheath for it. Right there, it goes in there like that. So, yep, there it is. I carried it. I liked it. The only thing that I didn't like is being a dummy, and I stuck this in the neck vertebrae and twisted a little bit there, and I was just trying to get some meat out. And like I said, I like a keen point, but not on. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to put any more keen points on them. So anyway, okay, I'm back. Busy, it's here before Christmas and everything, so if you want a custom knife, you can check out my Etsy store for knives that I have right here, over here in my little zipper cases and everything. So I have nice little straight back walnut handle, everything, razor sharp. Got a little case, a little sheath issue right here, not much, just a little touch of rust right there, surface. Nothing. I'll take a piece of steel wool, bump that up, or better yet, I'll fix it while I'm standing here. Now the rest of the knife's got anything on it. Just that one little spot right there. Okay. Just take a little Vaseline, petroleum jelly, whatever. Get a good little paper towel. Navel jelly works the best on it, but I don't have any navel. So and voila, no more rust. Nothing. Just make sure. I can run a little steel wool over it just for the heck of it. Evidently there must have been a little bit of ferric chloride out there. Something in the handle. Or moisture. Normally don't have this problem with them. Not once I get them in the sheath good. There it is. I hadn't went as fast as I thought. So I mean, it's selling them. It's just I didn't plan on long-term storage of them like that, or I would have done this right here. Covered them up real good. Vaseline. Put them back in there. Well, got me curious now. Okay, here's this one. Nah, this is fine. Perfect. Still covered in oil. This is my S7 II. Survival knife. Yep. 1095, high carbon. With a ferro rod. Okay, I'll talk about knives all night then. So, I'm gonna go into the house. So, till next time, this is Bobby Shields saying, God bless.